Hi, everybody. Today I want to talk about something I don't talk a whole lot about, and that is something that comes out of my Buddhist practice. I've been a long time practitioner of Zen Buddhism, and today I want to talk about what Buddhist practice has taught me about uncertainty in therapy, and why this might be a really radical stance you can take in a culture obsessed with quick fixes. So here's what I see happening. Therapy is dispersed throughout the culture. TikTok is full of therapists offering solutions and frameworks, like I'm doing right now, all delivered with certainty in 60 seconds. Clients come in having already consumed hundreds of these explanatory frameworks. They often want to know what's wrong with me, how do I fix it, how long will it take? And they also come in, more recent development, with a series of solutions and suggestions from AI. And we feel that pressure to have a plan, to show progress. Insurance companies want it. Our training programs reward it. But here's the thing. Life's most significant transformations, the ones that actually transform us, don't happen in that timeline. They happen in liminal space, in uncertainty, in the uncomfortable space of not knowing. Buddhist practice taught me something our graduate programs didn't, that uncertainty isn't a problem to solve, it's the ground of transformation. Now, I'm not talking about making therapy Buddhist therapy, please understand that, or asking clients to meditate, though that's fine if it fits. I'm talking about what happens to you as the therapist when you develop a practice of sitting with uncertainty. In meditation, you learn pretty quickly that your mind wants to solve, fix, explain, resolve. A difficult emotion arises, and immediately the mind says, why is this happening? What does this mean? How do I make it stop? Buddhist practice trains you to notice that grasping and to stay anyway, not because you're tough, but because you learn that the grasping itself creates more suffering than the original experience. The same thing happens in therapy sessions. The client is describing something painful, confusing, contradictory, and your therapist's mind suddenly starts going, what intervention, what theory, what should I say next, what question should I ask? What if instead you could notice the grasping and just stay? Not empty-headed, but genuinely curious. Present, not needing to fix it yet. So what does this actually look like in session? Let me give you 3 specific practices. Here's my framework for you. First, the 3-breath rule. When a client says something and you feel the urgency to respond, intervene, to explain, to offer a frame, take 3 breaths before you speak. Just 3. Notice what your body wants to do with the uncertainty. Notice the story your mind is telling about you about what you should do as a good therapist. Then respond or ask a question from that more settled space. This isn't about slowing things down performatively. It's about not letting urgency or anxiety about uncertainty drive the session. Second, name your not knowing out loud. I know, this is vulnerable, but transformative. When you genuinely don't know something, what this means, where to go next, how to help, you can say it. I'm not sure yet what this means. Or, I don't know where we go from here, but I'm willing to stay in the question with you. This does a couple things. It models that not knowing it isn't catastrophic, and it shifts you from expert who fixes to companion in uncertainty. That's a different therapeutic relationship entirely. And third, listen for the client's relationship to uncertainty. This is more subtle. Start noticing how your client relates to not knowing in their own life. Do they collapse into catastrophe? Do they immediately reach for explanations? Do they become paralyzed? Do they get angry? Do they hit up AI as soon as possible? Buddhist practice teaches us that our suffering often comes not from the circumstances itself, but from our relationship to it. The same is true of uncertainty. When you can help a client see their own relationship around not knowing without pathologizing them, you're doing something much more interesting than solving some problem. Here's why I think this matters. We're living in a culture that treats uncertainty as an emergency. We're offered constant explanations, frameworks, diagnosis, solutions, and therapy has gotten swept up in that current. But the people coming to see us aren't problems to solve. They're human beings in transition, in liminal space, between stories, between identities, and even between worlds. If we meet them with our own need for certainty, our need to diagnose, explain, or resolve, we foreclose the very space where transformation happens. Buddhist practice isn't about becoming some serene, detached therapist. It's about developing your capacity to be with someone in uncertainty without needing to fix it, to be genuinely curious instead of anxiously helpful, to trust that something emerges from not knowing that you can't get through some expertise. I sometimes think of it this way. We're not healers repairing broken people. We're cultural architects who help people inhabit liminal space long enough for new possibilities to emerge. And you can't do that if you're rushing towards certainty. So here's my invitation. Start a practice of sitting with uncertainty in your own life. Meditation works. So does journaling. So does just noticing when you reach for explanations or solutions and asking yourself, what if I didn't do that? What if I stayed here a little longer? What would I miss if I tried to move through this too quickly? Your clients will feel the difference, not because you're doing something to them, but because you're becoming someone who can be with them differently. Drop a comment if this resonates, or if you have any of your own practices for working with uncertainty. I'd love to hear them. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Hoff. Peace.